Welcome to another bright day in Empyrion Galactic Survival. You can see it's mostly clouded, and in a moment we'll have a look at the solar panels, but what I want to say is that this part is going to focus primarily on blueprints. But first, a little bit of an update, guys. You can see here, and also thanks very much for all your tips and feedback. I've taken on board what you've said, and what I've done is I've extended my solar panels out this. I didn't want to put them on the ground because the idea is that I wanted the base to be floating so I can walk around it. I didn't really walk on the solar panels. You can see here we're getting a fair amount of power at the moment, but I think it's because the sun is quite low at the moment. But it will pick up with this number of panels. Now the reason these panels are in this direction is the fact that I've had my first drone attack, and I was expecting it to come from the west in this direction, from this area here, but strangely the drone attack came in from this direction. So I'm assuming that out here somewhere is the drone base, because the drones actually come from the drone base, or a drone base. I think with a large planet like this there might be multiple drone bases. I think the reason why the drone attack was a lot slower coming in was purely down to distance, that the drone base was so far away, so that when you build the base the drone has to leave the drone base to come and attack you, and it takes longer for them to get here. And that might actually be an advantage for using a large planet as a starter planet if you're that way inclined, guys. Now the focus of this part is going to be blueprints and how to get them to work, and I think there's a little bit of a twist now with the change to the logistics, but let's just do the basics first. Blueprints are up here, and you can see at the moment my filter is set to small vessels because that's what we're going to be looking at. But what happens is that everything below here, it says BA, CV, HV, SV, these are the blueprints that come with the game, and then these ones above, I've actually had a bit of a tidy up actually, are blueprints that you can obtain from the workshop, which is a great place to go. Fantastic resource, lots of original ships there. Some of my favourite ships are the Nightshade series by Spanj, and these, to be honest, are the ships I would like to build, but if I actually click on them, you see these are level 10. At the moment I'm only level 7, so I've got two choices. I either keep going and try and get up another 3 levels, or I go for something a bit simpler. Let's put the filter back on. And the only ships I can currently use is tier 1, the tier 1 ships here, which are level 7. Now what I want to say, guys, is that if you're going to build a ship from a blueprint, whether it's the given ship or one that's got being obtained from the factory, always go into creative mode and res it first. Have a look at it, see how it flies, because the descriptions, as you can see, vary incredibly widely. It doesn't tell you what's actually in the ship. I mean, you can get clues, like if I click on here, this small vessel's got a cobalt ingot of 34, because cobalt is actually required to make a small vessel. And if I show you this one, this is Spanj's general purpose small vessel. You can see this is 122 cobalt. The reason for that is that this has actually got a short range warp drive into it as well. Now the problem I've got is the fact that I don't have any cobalt, so there's no point me trying to build a ship with cobalt in it. And what I've actually done is I've gone into creative mode, because the other complication at the moment is that a lot of these templates are out of date in the context of the new logistics. So for example, this ship, which is the ship I want to build, has only got a single cargo box on it, which would give me a capacity of 125, which is crazy. Or I think I can get up to about 250. Either way, it's not very big. So what I've actually done is I went into creative mode, I resed the ship, flew around, tested it, and then I looked at the options on modifying it, because I've got a multi-tool. I worked out a way that I can get a reasonable cargo box inserted onto this ship here. So this is the one we're going to build. So what we're going to do now, guys, is I'm just going to come in here, come up to here, and you can see I've got 230 ingots, and what I'm going to do is hook the ingots there, out there. Hopefully this is going to work. I haven't tried this. Come into here, the blueprint, and this is the ship I want to build. So what you do now is you click into the factory, and you can see I've got to insert 174 copper ingots into here. On the left hand side here you see the results of my first drone attack. We got some various bits and pieces out of it. Now you can drop whole units into here, but be aware that there are losses and not everything is accepted. So unless you're pretty confident about what you're going to be dropping into the factory will have the correct effect on here, just stick to ingots. And especially at this point in the game when it's quite early and want to conserve all the resources you can. And if you click the right hand side, you come in there, that gives us the 174 copper ingots. And oops, no. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put that there, put those into there. Actually, really what I should do, apologies for the distraction, guys. I think I need to change this constructor. And I think we're just going to change that to in and out. I don't know why I'm using two. And the out one I will just use for general storage. I'll sort that out off camera, guys. There's no point wasting your time there. Now the next thing we need, if I come into here, is we need carbon substrate, 139 carbon substrate. And I've got fuel being produced here. This is carbon substrate. You see we get 20 carbon substrate per plant fibers and stone dust. I think what I'm going to do is just put in about 50, simply because I'm always going to have a use for this anyway. I'm actually lugging that stuff around. Just going to come in here and go to out. Nope, don't want that. That's in. Nope, don't want that. Sort this mess out, and this can go into constructor in. That gives me a resource. I think what I will do also is, well, just you see now the battery power is building up. That's pretty good. I think what I will do is, yeah, we're going to shoot a few more drones up, so I can't see any point not worrying about that. The other thing, just have a quick check. One thing I've found, I've gone back to this habit now of using the F key to access the constructor. So that is now done. Wow, I'm running out of food as well. I need to have something to eat. Now the next problem we got is the iron and silicon. Which is we just come into here. Better have something to eat actually. Wait, on my hover vehicle. And I think just don't want to do that. Just knock off a couple of steaks. Actually, I think what I will do, I think we'll just drop that in. I can always pick more up as I go along. Probably half the health drinks, because weight is going to be quite important. I definitely need the bike just in case I push my luck too much. And what we're going to do now is get out here. I'm aware that time's pushing on, so the day may be a bit of a struggle. And what I want to do now is just head off in this direction. Oh, it looks like there's some berries there, so we're going to just stop here. And the idea is going to be to mine up the silicon and iron. Actually, did I bring the tent with me? Have I got my tent with me? Let's have a quick check. We may have to sleep through the night. No, so where's my tent? My guys, just gonna have to go back. Gonna get back base because we may need the tent. Let's bring the tent with me just as well. And what we're going to do now is just going to, this ship will actually steer. and we're going to head off in the direction of the iron deposits and the silicon. Actually, I think what we'll probably do is the iron first, simply because the iron normally has had hostiles around it in the past in the form of one of those bug things that can give you thermal burns. I think I'd rather deal with this area first in daylight, because the silicon is a little bit out on the plane. So we're just going to get across here and just want to stay in the open just in case that bug or something is lurking, because sometimes you don't see them until the last moment and it can be a little bit annoying. Right, push through. There's 22. Sometimes it can be. What we will do is grab that. That could be quite useful. I'm just gonna open the ship, that on the top. As the iron is in this direction. Now the key when you're digging for resources is to try and make sure that your hover vehicle, especially this low tech hover vehicle, is not too close to the edge of the hole. I need to do something first. I'm gonna deploy this in, and I think that would be it. I think what I'm going to do now, guys, is we're just going to get the drill up and running, and I think just to start with I'm going to just drill out the top surface before we need. Right, wow, that's just below the surface, that's great. Kind of controller, hopefully this is going to work. It doesn't always work the way you would expect it. So we go here, 6. See if it's... And what we're going to do now is just drill down into here. Obviously this isn't going to be the most exciting stuff, so I will start to do this off camera, guys, until I've got enough to start what I want to do. Right, guys, let's just have a quick look at, so we now got 87 iron ore. That should be close to what I actually need for. So what we're going to do is drop that on there. And what we should now be able to do, if I come into here and just change to that, I can drop that into here, and that, so it says 5 ores. So if I put in, actually let's put, I'm just going to kick this off now, and what this is going to do is produce the ingots, which I'm going to put up in the blueprint, because the key thing you need to remember is that ingots in a blueprint don't count towards your inventory. So by sitting here and just dumping up the ingots up into the blueprint will make life a lot easier. Now the thing I've got to remember now is to make sure that I don't overload my ship. In fact, I'm a bit inclined. Let me just have a quick look. How many ingots do I need? I only need 98. I think what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm just going to wait for that 98 to be produced, and then I'm going to stop, because I don't want to overload my ship. Actually, let's just reduce that right down. And we're just going to make the, as soon as I've got the 100, we'll be ready to go. I mean, you've got to remember, this is producing 12 lots, so that's theoretically, but this is going to run out first. So I think one more lot and that should be enough. I'm just going to drop that on there and press F3. Come in here. Just going to drop that in there. That's 50. And number 25. Number 12. 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 98. We can just drop that into my inventory. Break the link. And what I'm going to do is probably going to fill my inventory up completely. I've got the last lot. What I'm probably going to have to do is come into here. How are we doing for weight? Actually got the fridge as well, so oops, don't need that, but I'll sort that out later on. And of course we're going to need to pick up that and quick refresh. So we've now got all the copper, all the iron, and what we need now is 142 silica. And make sure I don't go down the hole. See, the ship's already being a little bit sluggish. Only the spiders as well, clear off spiders. I'm too busy to worry about you. And what we're going to do now is just shoot off across here to the silicon deposit. Up round here there are the insect creatures, so we're going to need to keep an eye out for those. And we're going to get up here, pick up position here, and of course what we're going to do is exactly the same as last time. Deploy that, and how we need about 142 silicon. That's going to be quite a lot of silicon to mine. No, don't want that. Get everything. Get the container controller. Get that. We got resources, I think. And let me just. Hopefully this is going to let me drill. Yep. What I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to drill out the silicon I need. Press double tab, and I'll see once I've got the silicon, do what I want to do. Right, guys, I think that's enough, and what I've been doing is kicking off these while I've been mining. So I've got 90. So hopefully, if I can drag these onto this bar and we come into here and drag that up to there, that should give me, if I could knock out another, I mean what I can do is just keep mining for the moment while that's actually thing. I should be okay if I double press the 6, F5. And I'm just going to dive down again and mine out a little bit more just in case I need it whilst those ingots are being turned out. And this is what you've got to do to build the blueprint, and hopefully I'm going to have enough daylight left to do this. Oh, we got somebody hanging around here. There he is. Right. Shotgun. Just going to pull off the ship. I'm going to let him get. He's going down the hole. Haha. Oh well, got rid of him anyway. It's a good one. Let's have a quick look. Got 160 ingots now. That should be more than enough. Just going to get the connection again. You come out that hole. I'd be really annoyed if you come out the hole or you down the bottom. You're down the bottom. You're okay. Remote logistics area. Right, we've got a connection. Let me just flip to here, here. Put that there. And then we're just going to... Oh, don't do this while I'm doing this. Go away long enough for me. Number 45. And 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Just drop that up there so that. And just gonna shove that in the controller. And Putting that up. Oh, we can just, there's only 2 left, so there's no point messing about. Just pick that up, just going to jump into the ship. And get back to here. Level off. Just a quick recap, guys. We've now got this here. And luckily my ship isn't overloaded, which I was a little bit worried about, as whether I was going to put too much into the ship. I mean, I will come back and mine out the rest of that ores later on in my own time, because it's not the most exciting stuff to do. So what we're going to do now is head for home. I'd like to get this done. We've got 2 minutes left of daylight. I'd like to try and get at least the kicking the template off in daylight. And so we're just going to keep going, guys. Some iron ore there. No, I don't want to get distracted. Fly across to here. Let's get into here. Eventually I'm going to build a docking bay once I've got the SV finished. Just going to sidle in there. And hopefully now we've got here, we should have substrate. Substrate's really light, so okay, I need to sort those inventories out as well. I'm just going to come here, F3. One day I will actually learn the hotkey for this. Just keep dividing this down. So 92. Let's divide it again. 115. Oops, one more. And that is it. You can see now everything's green. Down here is the production time, which is 38 minutes 25 seconds. And what you do is you click start production and then you get a countdown here. So in 38 minutes 25 seconds, that's, as far as I know, that's real time, not game time. And I think what I'd like to do is, we've got this here. So I think we're going to just drop that into here as well, along with that. Can I get a connection between my ship and the base? I get a hop vehicle and container. Let's put all that in there. Let's just have a quick look at. Yeah, I think there's enough there to be going in, out. Oh, I've got bullets. That needs to go. Wasn't even forgotten completely that I'd actually did that. And the other thing I would like to do, let's see, if I change this, let's just go. So I've changed this to in to out. So if I come here, devices, I think I'm just going to call this storage. Whoops. I mean, there's not much else I can do now, guys, until the game decides to tell me that I've got everything I need. So obviously we've got to wait for the countdown now. What I will do is I will see you in a minute once the small vessel template has been finished. Oh look, we got somebody outside, so I'm just going to go and say hello to him. Welcome back. As you can see, we're at the beginning of another day, and if I just go in here, you'll just see that we have got roughly 38 seconds left to go before the blueprint completes. I've also had a notification for a possible drone attack, so that may interrupt the proceedings. In fact, I'd rather have the drone attack over and done with before I actually deploy the small vessel, but we'll just have to see how it goes, guys. There's nothing on radar at the moment. The other thing I also want to show you, I was just checking this out. Ah, this is there. Blueprint successfully finished. But the other thing I want to show you here is I was just checking this out, and it seems you can make an EVA boost in the large constructor, which would be very useful because it says there you've got cold protection -90. So if we're going to go out and explore, we're certainly going to need that extra cold protection. I think we've got this nice empty space here. So what you need to do to raise a blueprint that somebody around here, last thing I want is them attacking me. Come in here, and if you come up here, what you will see at the top here, it says completed SV prefab 1 tier, and then you click spawn, and what you're looking for is the green box. Right, and here comes the drones. Looks like we're getting 3 of them. Just gonna jump in the ship and just get a bit of height. We're certainly going to go out and loot those drones. Going to get out and loot the drones. Sorry about the interruption. We cannot afford to throw these resources away. This is the second attack I've had. I had one during the night but I didn't bother to record it. So we've got some more power cells, that's good. And we're just going to come across here. What do you get? You get drones in the morning. Just grab those. More power cells, more loot for the deconstructor. So that's what I'm going to do, is use this to extract the necessary resources that I need to get some cobalt for my thing. Wow, that's pretty good. And to get cobalt, that will allow me to, might as well grab this while we're here, build a better SV. I'm going to get round here, just going to get back to base, and what I want to do, just to wind this video up, is just going to get in here. Hopefully I'm going to get the range. Obviously this is going to be slightly embarrassing, and what I'm going to do is, just to show you, I come up here, and if we pick up, you will see here is this small vessel comes with an oxygen section here, but this is never going to go up into space. What we're going to do is, I think I'm just going to salvage rather than retrieve, because I can make this, and the moment oh no, maybe we're just going to retrieve them. Going to do just retrieve this. Cannot pick up inventory full. Thank you. Base storage. Yeah, I should have emptied this first, shouldn't I? Let me just shove all this in here. I'm just going to put this in the fridge. I've also made some medical stuff here. Hopefully, I'm going to pick that up. So let's see if I can finish this off. Cannot pick up inventory full. That oxygen thing that big? Okay. Let's drop that in there. And just F4. That's a ramp. I suppose these stuff is quite big and heavy. And right, let's just finish off what I want to do. So I've opened up this little bit of space in here. I'm going to leave these grills over the thrusters. And what I'm hoping is that I go to the constructor and then we link. We should be able to put this in here in 6, and this should work. And the lesson I learned is that you need to put this in the center of mass, and that should be about it, shouldn't it? And we should be able to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these in. We've got 1 left over, that's okay. And and just going to come back 0. Just break the connection. What I do need is some sources. Where did I put it? In my enthusiasm. Just going to grab that. And I do need some ammunition for this as well, but we're just going to jump in and come here. Just going to manage, put 6 in. Wow, put all 12 in actually. 30%. And let's come in here. Turn the power on. And we've now got our first little SV. It's got 2 sets of guns, just to show you. That's it, weapons. So we've got 2 Gatling guns, so we've got to make some 15mm ammunition for it. And I suppose if we go F4 and come in here, and we got cargo controller here, so we got 750 there. We've also got a couple of small cargo boxes. That looks like we got 4 cargo boxes in here. Maybe I should have taken those out, but I think we got plenty of storage. I mean, my main I don't want this container controller to be too big, simply because I want this ship to be maneuverable. So I'd rather go out and raid and come back with a light load than go out and load, because this is going to be my initial raiding, attacking SV. It's probably the best way. We actually got a light on the front as well. That's pretty cool. Oops, we're going to have to get used to flying it. I'm just going to get in nice and close and drop down. And of course we're going to power off because we don't want all that lovely power to be wasted. You can see the difference there. See, it's 22%. So we're going to get through the fuel really quickly with this, because this is a little bit over the top with thrusters. So we're going to have to be a little bit careful with that. So we're going to have to carry plenty of fuel with us. And this is the one we're going to go off, and of course the first target we're going to have in the next video is we're going to go over here and get some promethium in order to make some power cells, so that we can power the small vessel, so we can go out and do some more exploration, and we can embark on a bit of a hostile patrol. But this is where I'm going to leave it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it interesting, and until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.